Even though cares are done for dementia residents in dementia facilities to compensate for deteriorated memory, you still need a certain capacity to live in a dementia unit. Capacity in terms of physical capacity, emotional capacity, thinking capacity, social capacity, and whatever small gains are made to be able to improve any of these capacities will help with the overall gain and quality of life. So take, for example, physical capacity. A very small thing can, diminish the quality of life quite quickly if it's not looked out for. So, for example, if your mother has corns or calluses on her feet and that's not attended to, then physical capacity can deteriorate very quickly if her walking goes down, her balance, her mobility, her ability to be able to be independent. Once all these things deteriorate, then the decline can be quite rapid with dementia residents. But if, for example, you are keeping an eye on all these things and you know that your mother has needed chiropodist care each 6 weeks, she's got a tendency for calluses on her feet, so you're looking out for that. And when she starts limping, if the rest of the staff don't pick up on that because they're not aware of that past history, but you know that that is the case, and you look at her feet and see indeed that she has got calluses around her bunion, then you can organise for a chiropodist to come into place, to be booked in every 6 weeks, and that will save your mother going down a downhill track because of limited physical capacity, just because of one small tiny callus that can make all the difference, preventing that build up and having it cared to. So that's why it's so important to look out, be on the lookout all the time as to how you can improve your mother's thinking capacity, social capacity, emotional capacity. There's so many things that can be done on all levels. Okay, so take another one with physical capacity again and social capacity integrated with that. So assuming your mother's on a walker, make sure that the walker is in good shape, that the wheels are oiled, that the hand grips are safe and firm, and that she has a walker seat. That's actually really helpful for social capacity. Now, the reason why a walker seat is so convenient and helpful for social capacity is morning and afternoon tea, actually, because when you're sitting in the dining lounge in front of the TV, say 8-10 women, 4 of them with walkers in front of them, when the staff come for morning and afternoon tea, there's not enough room to go around putting tables in a circle for the morning and afternoon tea. So they will just put the cup of tea and the sandwich and the cake on the walker seat in front of the person, which is much more convenient than it going on your lap. You know what happens so often when the cup of tea and the cake goes on the person's lap. It just takes a little bit of, just being distracted or falling asleep, nodding off, whatever, just being slightly distracted, and the cup of tea can go all over the floor. That happens so often. But if the cup of tea and cake can be put on a nice walker seat in front of your mother's lap, perfect. She can have the cup of tea, put it down safely, have the cake, and she's not, it's stressful actually, not only having a cup of tea on your lap, but also cake balanced on the other knee. It's so awkward and really you've got to have good coordination to balance that. I mean, most of us put our cup of tea and a coffee table at the side of us when we drink it, not balance it on our laps. And for an 80-year-old woman to try and do that, or a 90-year-old woman, it takes a lot of concentration and coordination. It's much easier if it can all go on the walker seat. Now, also on the walker seat, many things can be there. Magazines, cards, birthday cards from friends, old Christmas cards that they're looking at. It's a lovely little table of their personal table where they can have everything sorted out. Now, the other social benefit and how this walker can increase social capacity is underneath the walker seat, you can get a walker carry a bag. They are fantastic, socially fantastic, because in there you can keep chocolates, hankies, magazines, and all those wonderful things that you need to have as a lady living in a dementia unit to have a nice life. So once the cup of tea and cake is gone, the lady can open up, your mother can open up her, lift up the walker seat, and inside is the treasure trove. So she can get out her magazine, she can share her chocolates with her next door neighbour, she can read the card of her friend, you know, her birthday card from long ago, her favourite birthday card, she can read that again, all good for cognition. And so in this way, it's like the handbag, the big handbag, and the person doesn't have to be reliant on going back to their room and ruffling through the drawers to try and find all those special things and like lipsticks, etc. Now, for those people that are independent and walking and don't have a walker carrier bag, of course there's the great benefit, there's the great benefit of being able to walk independently, but they haven't got the walker to carry their things around. So it's quite good if they can wear a jacket or a cardigan or some sort of, you know, a vest with big pockets in it so that they can keep their hanky, their lipstick, what chocolates may be, or other things they might like to carry around with them, because it's very difficult for them to have to go back to their room and try and find and remember where they've put things. That can be quite awkward and difficult. So these are just two ways. These are some ways of being able to increase physical capacity and social capacity for your mother at the dementia unit. It's really all about observation and looking and seeing what it is that mum would need, because every little thing makes a difference in a dementia unit. To be able, any little bit of liberty, any little bit of convenience, any medical intervention that's going to help, it all helps the overall picture in being able to build the functional capacity for that person to have a better quality of life. Even just something as small as a callus on a toe can make such a big difference, and a walker underneath the walker seat. Those two things alone can go a long way to giving the person a better, happier quality of life. So as the relative, one needs to be the ears, the eyes for your mother, so that you can see and work out what it is that will make the big difference for her, so that she can live hopefully happily in the dementia unit. So for those that are watching this channel that don't know me, my name's Pieta Valentine. I'm a former physiotherapist, and I've written 2 books on this subject, The Resident's Voice from a Dementia Unit and The Resident's Rise from a Dementia Unit. And the primary purpose of both these books is to better enable dementia residents to be able to manage and settle and adjust in dementia facilities. So thank you very much, those of you that have subscribed to this channel. Your comments and your likes and your input, I really appreciate it. Those of you that are looking at these videos and find them helpful, please subscribe, and please pass on this information to other people affected by and working with dementia. Thank you.